This is an entry! Themetalgod666!
Alright, and this is the Themetalgod666 here, bringing you part 4 of, my black metal CD collection. So, anyways, let's get started with some more. You have Dark Storm, and it's kind of a generic name. Not a bad album. You know, Infernal Tyrant, pretty decent album. Next up, I'm just going to show you the discs because they all come in the sleeves, the paper cases, and they don't have booklets, so, and they're just in here. Next up, you have Dark Throne. Yeah. These are like some must-own albums. These are like essential black metal albums right here. You know. Essential. More Dark Throne. You have Total Death from Dark Throne. These are definitely like must-owns. These are the... Next up, there's like 3 discs of this. They all basically say the same thing, so I might as well show you one disc. And that's Dark Throne. The Frostland tapes, basically it's all their demo stuff. Actually, back when they were death metal, it's actually on there. There's 3 discs. They all say the same thing. I'll say Frostland tapes, disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. The 3 disc. It's cool to check out some of their other stuff. They have, you know, some behind-the-scenes stuff in there. They talk a lot about the history and stuff like that. But anyways, let's move along, shall we? Next up, we have Themetalgod here for all tid. Yeah. This is definitely an essential black metal album. I do have the original Stormblast, but it's back in the States. But I do also have the reissue. It's kind of good to get the reissue also if you have it. The songs that were basically remade on the album, they're terrible. They suck. There's a few new tracks on there, so it's definitely worth to check out. There's few new tracks in there were actually really good. They actually, you know, make the album. There's also a DVD that came with it, and also a Stormblast patch which came with it. So it's definitely worth to pick up. You know, if you like some old school Themetalgod gear and you have the original Stormblast, but if you don't have the original Stormblast, get that one first before you check out the remastered, whatever they did to. I don't fucking know. Alright, anyways, more Themetalgod gear. Godless Savage Garden. It's a good album. You have, I gotta cover this one up, and that's, Themetalgod gear, Puritanical. I do have a few of their other albums, but they are currently missing. They're currently MIA, so yeah. This album's meh. Themetalgod gear, it's Sort Diablo. I have, you know, I have the one before that. I have that too. It's it's okay at best. You know, there's a few Themetalgod albums I have no clue where they're at. So, whatever. Anyways, moving right along to the almighty dissection. Yeah. Right along. And you get some more dissection. Yes. One of the greatest albums ever written. One of the greatest. A lot of people seem to talk shit on this album, which I don't know why. This is a fucking amazing album, Dissection. You know, oh, it's got no blast beats. Oh, it sucks. It's got no blast beats. I don't care. It's a fucking amazing album, Dissection. Very underrated album, Dissection. Like, I know some of you probably even don't like the albums because of certain aspects of it, but I personally, I loved it. I loved the album. Anyways, next up, it's an album that's fairly hard to find. Not super hard to find, but anyways, it's not a super hard album. But for Emperor, yeah, it's a fairly decent hard album to find. You know, it's pretty cool. It's a good album. Good little EP right there. Okay. Some of my CDs are MIA, missing in action. So yeah. Next up, we have Enthroned. It's with the original singer. It's a fucking good album. It's a good album. You have more enthroned. Ooh, more. Oh, wait. And if you act now, you will also receive some more enthroned. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, actually more. See, more. Yeah, more enthroned. This is a good album, too. Yeah, there you go. And you get one more. Enthroned album. Enthroned. They're awesome. I like Enthroned. No, I hate Enthroned. No, I hate them. I buy their albums because I despise them so much. Ah! Okay, next up, this album is very hard to find, and it was actually a blind buy when I bought it. I had no clue what it sounded like. Even the album cover, I was like, "The hell is this?" I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, the name, like, okay, maybe it's just like a folk metal or whatever. Something told me back in my head says, get this album, and couldn't find out. I looked like a little bit ago, and this album was going for like $300 or $400. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it's a great album. Don't get me wrong, it's a great album, but $300 or $400 for this album, unless you really want this album, it's not worth that much. Maybe $100 at the most. I could see paying for this album because it is a really good album. But like I said, Fortress. Like I said, if you didn't know anything, right, and you just went just off this, right, you don't know what to expect. Something told me to buy it, and I'm really glad I did because this album is fucking awesome. All right, next up, you have Funeral Mist. Yeah, Funeral Mist. It's awesome. Yes, Funeral Mist. It's awesome. A lot of my Gorgoth albums are back in the States. I do have copies of, but it's the one I do have here. The actual album is Gorgoth's Love. It's fucking awesome. It's a good album. Comes with a patch too. You know, it's awesome. It's really good stuff. Next up, if you've seen in my previous videos, you've seen I had the newer album from these guys. Here's the album before it, called Horde of Hell. Actually, after seeing them live, I went and I bought this album. Like, they didn't have it for sale right there. So as soon as I got home, I found it online. I ordered it, and I got it the same day of delivery. I wanted it that bad, you know. All right. Anyway, next up is Horna. I can kind of barely see that. Jesus. Yeah, it's Horna. It's a good album from Horna. Horna's awesome. Next up, you got Immortal. Blizzard Beast. Immortal. And you will have more Immortal. Dun, 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 dun. Immortal. And then you can also have more Immortal. And I have no clue where my Sons of Northern Darkness album is. I have no clue. But anyways, let's move right along. Anyways, so this is everything black metal. Black and Thrash is in there too. Black and Death, whatever. This album is very hard to find. It's Impelled Nazarin. This is actually my favorite Impelled Nazarin album. And if you could find it, you might be forking out some money. But it's very worth it. I know there's a reissue of it as well, but this is the original copy of it. Okay, anyway, next up, you have more Impelled Nazarin. Yeah. It's kind of borderlining there. You know. And you have more Impelled Nazarin right there. Impelled Nazarin. And you have more Impelled Nazarin. Yes, I like me some Impelled Nazarin. Alright, so sue me. And you get one more Impelled Nazarin. Yeah. Used to play a CD a lot at work. Piss off a lot of people. It was like, did he just say pledge your allegiance to Satan? I'm like, yeah. So what? You know, especially their awesome shirt, the one that says "Smoke Crack and Worship Satan." Yeah. Anyways, next up you have Kiba Colossian. These guys are actually touring guitarists for Satyricon. You know, and their stuff they do as Kiba Colossian, it's actually really, really good. You know, it seemed like really cool guys to hang out with. You know, they have a DVD that came with this one. Shows a lot of behind the scenes, them acting like fucking goofballs and shit. They seem like really cool guys to hang out with. You know, they're like playing pranks on people, and they just seem like a blast to hang out with. Like, I really would like to hang out with them. Anyways, a lot of my CDs from this one are back in the States, so sorry. It's King Diamond, the last album he came out with, I do believe. And he maybe come out with another one before then, after this, but I'm not sure. This is... There you go. I didn't know what to expect from that. I wasn't straight up blind by it, and it's not a bad album. This is another album I'm going to have to cover up quite a bit, and it's... Sorry. Hey, it's YouTube. I'm sorry. You can look at the actual album cover yourself. It's Life All Over. Life All Over. I know it looks like Life Lover, but if you know anything about the band, they're not about life. But I do believe it's called Life All Over. I'm guessing. Alright, anyways, let's move along. Anyways, you got Marduk. Yeah, Almighty Marduk. And you have more Marduk. Yeah, more Marduk. And you will have more Marduk. Quite a bit more, actually. My booklet, I'm like, oh, Marduk live. Fucking great album. Great live album. Sound quality to it's actually really, really good. You know, with some of my live albums, they tend to not sound that good. You know, or they tend to sound raw or whatever. But no, this is a very good sound quality album. Very good set list. Next up, Marduk. Yep. And then you also get one more Marduk. You get Wormwood from Marduk. Yep. It's awesome. I like me some Marduk. Alright, next up, you have Mayhem. Yeah. We'll get through this, and then, yes, another part. Alright. It's graphic violence, so I don't know how much I can get away with, but I'm pretty sure this might consider to be flag. So, but you know the picture. If you know Mayhem, you know the picture. I'm pretty sure some of you probably even have it. It's one about where, you know, Dead shot his brains out, you know. Yeah. Anyways, Mayhem, more. And what do you know? You're gonna get more Mayhem and more Mayhem. Mayhem. The album was definitely different, but I'm one of the few people that actually, I enjoyed the album. I know. And then Mayhem. That was actually a fairly decent album too. Not their best work, but still, it was a good album. Anyways, check out the next part.